Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Monday, May 8, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comments section below. The Guardians took their last 2 off of the Twins and have gone 5-5 over their last 10 games. This series marks the second of 3 straight at home, their longest home stint of the season. In their 3-game set with Minnesota, they allowed a combined 5 runs. Overall, the Guardians' pitching staff has a 3.75 ERA through 34 games, and their relievers boast a 3.22 ERA, which ranks 6th of any bullpen in the game. Emmanuel Clase converted his league-leading 12th save on Sunday, and the team's 14 saves are the most in baseball. Monday's starter B has made 2 starts, allowing just 3 earned runs over 11 innings. The rookie has recorded 13 strikeouts and has yet to walk a batter. All 3 matchups this season were decided by just a run, with the Tigers taking the first 2 at home before the Guardians stole the last game of the series back in mid-April. B has made quite an impression over his first 2 MLB starts. In his debut, he struck out 8 and allowed just 1 earned run. That start was at home, so he seems comfortable enough pitching there. He will have the pleasure of pitching against one of the worst defenses in baseball. Wentz also gets that pleasure in facing the Guardians lineup, but the hosts have been hitting much better at home, and they are carrying the momentum into this game. Cleveland has won 3 of their last 4 games at home. The Tigers are 16-48 in their last 63 games in Cleveland. Take the Guardians on the money line. This seems like a high total for a game featuring 2 of the lighter offenses on the board. Between them, they have played to 36 unders this season, including all 3 prior meetings between the 2 this season. The most run these 2 teams were able to muster was 7, with 1 being the lowest total. Cleveland has had their last 7 games go under and their last 4 home games. Per Covers.com, the under is 8-0 in the last 8 opening games of a series for the Guardians and 5-0-1 for the Tigers versus AL Central opponents. Take the under. Colorado Rockies versus Pittsburgh Pirates. Martin Perez has been doing decently well throughout the season when diving into his baseball saving page, as he is in the 88th percentile in chase rate, 78th percentile in barrel percentage, 70th percentile in walk percentage, and 55 TG percentile in hard hit percentage. He has a 5-pitch arsenal: sinker, changeup, cutter, fastball, slider, and his cutter has been hit the most, as it has a .393 batting average and a .607 slugging percentage. Perez faced the Angels 3 times last season as he went 1-1 in 17 innings and gave up 8 runs, 7 earned, on 13 hits with 8 walks and 16 strikeouts. Jose Suarez has not been off to a good start this season, according to his baseball saving page, as he is in the 8th percentile in barrel percentage, 12th percentile in XSLG, 15th percentile in ZERA, and 20th percentile in strikeout percentage. Suarez has 7 different pitches: fastball, changeup, slider, sweeper, cutter, sinker, curveball, and his sweeper has been his best pitch, as it has a .111 batting average and a .444 slugging percentage against thus far. He faced the Rangers 3 different times in 2022 and went 1-0 in 12 innings and allowed 5 runs on 9 hits with 4 walks and 11 strikeouts. There is a massive difference in terms of the team's bullpen ERA, as Los Angeles is second with a 2.85 reliever ERA, while Texas is 18th with a 3.89 bullpen ERA up to this point. The Angels have been on fire as of late, as they have a team batting average of .288 in the last 15 days, second in MLB, while the Rangers are at a .276 team batting average, 4th in baseball, in that span. The Angels have won each of the previous 4 games against the Rangers, so go with the Los Angeles Angels to win here. Take the Angels with the money line. Both starting pitchers have great career numbers against the opposing team, as Martin Perez is 8-6 with a 3.87 ERA in 23 appearances, while Jose Suarez is 3-0 with a 3.23 ERA in 6 outings. These teams have not been very active on the basepaths this season, as the Angels are 28th with 14 stolen bases, while the Rangers are 27th with 16 stolen bases. The under has hit in 4 of the last 5 games against each other in Angel Stadium, so go with under 9.5 runs in this game. Tampa Bay Rays vs Baltimore Orioles. LHP Shane McClanahan is set to make his 4th road start of the season. He's been hot over the first month and change with a spotless record of 6-0 and an ERA of 2.03 to go with a whip of 1.10. McClanahan has thrown much better at home this season, as his road ERA is a full run higher than when he tossing on his home mound. That said, over 17 away innings McClanahan has only allowed 1 home run, while striking out 17. Over 3 games against the Orioles last season, McClanahan held an ERA of 2.08 and allowed just 4 runs, despite giving up 13 hits over 17 innings. While the strikes are coming in at a career high for McClanahan, he has also seen an uptick in his walk rate. The 3.08 walks per 9 innings pitched is a full walk higher than where he sat as a career average. He isn't allowing runs, so there's always the misnomer, but it's something to keep an eye on, as his round throwing has been historically more volatile. The Orioles come into this game with a run differential of +30, which is good for 6th in the league. Although they didn't bring out the bats for Game 3 against the Braves, Baltimore still amassed 15 runs over 3 games. This is a shade below their season average of 5.58 runs per game, but still nets them within the top 4. Baltimore has managed a strong batting average, which has helped them secure those extra runs. But what has been impressive by the Orioles' offense hasn't just been their ability to fight in the box, but they rarely leave runners stranded and have an extra base hit rate that's within the top 10 of the league. Couple that with their top 10 home run rate and it's a no-brainer why the O's sit 4th in runs per game. On the whole, they have stayed disciplined at the plate and they are granted walks almost as much as anyone in the league, while still maintaining a top 10 strikeout rate to boot. As has been the case a few times this season, the Orioles can cut their innings short by hitting into double plays. This becomes more prescient as they face a stud in McClanahan that provide more control over the ball than other pitchers they've faced. Continued plate discipline will be key. It's hard to fade the Rays, and their recent 6-run comeback makes the pill even harder to swallow. That being said, Gibson has proven he can handle himself at home and has yet to be served a loss on his home mound. The Orioles have the offensive firepower to at least keep things close if they're able to get to McClanahan. Baltimore has been an interesting team, they're now 10-0 in series openers this season, and that's a gravy train we can ride until proven otherwise. Look for the O's to keep this close at home, if not pull off the upset. While neither of these pitchers have given up many runs this season, each of their walk rates have climbed up, and when opposite a strong offense, that can make all the difference. Each of these squads do a great job driving runners in and have the hitting power to extend hits into extra bases. Couple that with 2 top 5 batting average teams and one can draw a conclusion where the pitchers are the ones frustrated. I wouldn't be surprised to see multiple multi-run innings here. The play is the over. Oakland Athletics vs New York Yankees. J.P. Sears will toe the rubber for Oakland in the first game of this road series with New York. He pitched very well last week against the Mariners, posting 7 strikeouts over 6 shutout innings. He allowed 4 hits and only walked 2 in the game. Sears turned in his first scoreless outing of the season, but he missed out on his first win, as Oakland's bullpen could not maintain a 2-0 advantage. It was an excellent rebound game for the lefty, after allowing 6 runs over 4.1 innings during his previous start against the Angels 2 weeks prior. While the 27-year-old has an ugly 5.06 ERA with 7 homers allowed, his 1.19 whip and 34.8 kBB provide some small hope that he can turn it around for the perennially rebuilding Athletics. Regardless, if he begins to pitch well, the Athletics will do what they have done for the last decade, which is to trade him. After the game, it was revealed he was dealing with strep throat and had his start scheduled for Saturday, pushed to this appearance against Oakland. That may have been the reason why he was so erratic against the Rangers. He has been excellent throughout his other starts, and that was just a one-off. He comes into this favorable start against one of the weaker offenses in the majors, holding a 4.91 ERA and 1.18 whip. New York has been stuck in the mud to open the year, hovering at or slightly above the .500 mark. The perennially rebuilding Athletics find themselves exactly where they expected a month and a half into the year, last place in the American League West. The injury-plagued Yankees are playing without several key players, including outfielder Aaron Judge, right hip, who is expected to return on Tuesday for the second game of this series. New York's bullpen shined in Saturday's victory, with 4 relievers combining for 4 scoreless innings behind starter Domingo German. They will not need their pen in this one, as Cortez is ready to return after one of his most uncharacteristic starts of the season last week against the Rangers, when he gave up 7 runs over 4 frames. Oakland is lifeless in most areas, and Cortez will be able to easily navigate their lineup. Take New York to win big. J.P. Sears will toe the rubber for Oakland in the first game of this road series with New York. He pitched very well last week against the Mariners, posting 7 strikeouts over 6 shutout innings. He allowed 4 hits in what was his best outing of the year. Unfortunately, during his time with the Rays, Sears saw the Yankees a lot, and they did damage against him. He has been very inconsistent this season, and after one of his better starts of the year, I expect him to go back down to earth in a breakout party for New York. Take the over in a high-scoring affair with the Yankees putting a big number on the board.